Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we have made it down to one of my favorite additions in recent months. One of my favorite characters to be added to the roster, Rexxar. Didn't think I would like him much when he came out. Played him, and the control on Misha was just notoriously bad. But he's gone through some changes. He's in a fantastic spot, and I still feel like he's one of the most underutilized characters in the whole game. So hopefully I do a good job with him today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Garden Terror map today. We are going to be going with Hunter-Gatherer at level 1, and 2 of our players just left the game. One of them, maybe. Zagara seems to be the only one that's still gone. Connection troubles? Okay, so Rexxar's Q ability comes from Rexxar. It's one of the spells that is released from his character. This is his owl. He'll send this out at a target. If it hits them, it'll deal a little bit of damage, and it'll also slow them down. You mostly are using this for the slow. Looks like Zagara is no longer a bot. We're gonna join her up top. We should be able to dominate a lane. W ability is an ability that comes from Misha. This is Misha Charge. This is going to allow Misha to jump on top of a target. I would show you right now, but it's a pretty important cooldown. And if we do get contested in this lane, we are going to need it. And then our E ability, once again, comes from Rexxar. This is Mend Pet. And as you can surmise, we're going to be using it to heal up Misha when she gets into some trouble. Most of your micro these days is going to be using your #1 key on your keyboard to tell Misha exactly what to do, telling her exactly where to go. That was not a thing before. For some reason, they launched this character without having any just micro that made any sense. They made it so in order to control Misha, you would have to right-click on a target and then attack move somewhere else, and basically have all these convoluted, that was a terrible charge, have all these convoluted ways of getting Misha to do exactly what you wanted, rather than just telling Misha to do exactly what you wanted. My bad. I could have saved Zagara there for sure, but I just dashed the wrong way. It's actually cold in my house today. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be, no, I don't want to be comboed. I don't want to be comboed. Like, my hands are cold. I think it's getting, I think winter found Florida and it's December. I had Thanksgiving outside because it was so warm and like moderately temperatured. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so that was awful, and Blizzard pretty much decided that was awful, and they went back and revised the character. I made videos after video after video about how to actually micro Misha. You had to like left click somewhere else, but if you left click onto a target, then you were screwed and you couldn't make anything happen. So you had to left click on open ground so that Rexxar could attack a different target than Misha, and Misha will continue to follow after, you know, the priority target there. If you ever want to look those up on my channel, I mean, they're not relevant anymore, but they are still up on the channel, and they could be very interesting for anyone who would like, you know, a historical look on Rexxar at some point. I really fell in love with this character once he was added, and while the micro was messed up, I did feel as though that I was one of the best Rexxars in the whole world, and I genuinely, like, I jokingly say that about several characters like Illidan and Kael'thas. I mean, I know that I'm not, and I'm awful on those characters, but I genuinely felt that I spent the time to master Rexxar's mechanics when he was first released, when his micro was all messed up, and genuinely felt like I was far and above most other people that played this game. That has changed. You know, his micro is a lot easier now with this whole left click on whoever you want to kill mechanic that should have been in place since day one anyway. Let's just try to peel for our Leoric here. Looks like he's going to be fine. And really the only hard part of playing Rexxar, in my opinion, these days is positioning. Your positioning is so damn important on Rexxar. You'll often see me a lot just sending Misha in to attack people and just hanging back on Rexxar, and that's really what you should be doing. I have some close friends that I play heroes with every now and then, and one of my friends really enjoys playing Rexxar, but it pains me to watch because he always leaves his orc so vulnerable to attack Whereas Misha is meant to soak up all the damage, Misha is really meant to deal a significant portion of the damage as well. Looks like top is having some trouble. So I'll head back up there. Thrall should be able to hold that down, no problem. Now the build I'm going to be using is the build I've used throughout the entirety of Rexxar's life and Heroes of the Storm. It is just solid, and I don't see much of a reason to deviate from this. Aside from going for a build that focuses on taking mercenary camps. For instance, if your team just for whatever reason sucks at doing boss and you want to make them better at doing boss, you can build to solo boss at level 7. This build, not really going to do that super easily. Not going to do that super easily at all. And really, you would only change 2 of your talents in order to make that happen. So it's not much of a deviation. I am going to be roaming down the middle because Thrall went back. That's a decoy, right? Well, where's the real one? The real one's over here. I got your number, girl. I see you. I see. Oh, I see you. I see you. Where you going? Where you going? You get out of here. Go get. Oh, looks like middle doesn't need my help at all. I got totally distracted with my little Nova games. Hi, Zeratul. How are you? Go ahead, chase after me. I don't mind. No, Nova can be pretty good versus Rexxar, actually. I think that's one of the best characters for Nova to go up against. Just because she can go, like, completely avoid the frontline Misha. She could just walk right behind. Same with Zeratul. Both characters are pretty good about just getting straight to Rexxar and dealing that damage. So we could have some troubles with that. Of course, if she does go triple tap, we could counter that pretty easily. It is still Nova free week at the time of this recording. Nighttime should be happening soon, right? I mean, it should be. Did I miss nighttime? Am I really that out of it today? No, here it is. All right. So I'm going to go down the middle lane because that's where the majority of my team is right now, and I want them to know that they have me. I'm here to help. See what I mean? We didn't see Nova covered there at all, and she just kind of dealt some damage to us. Now, when Rexxar was first released, Hunter-Gatherer did not work at all unless Rexxar was the one to pick up the regeneration globe. Then, they changed it so that... Oh, fuck. This is bad. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm diggity dong gone dead. So they changed it, but they overtuned it. So apparently Rexxar was getting double the healing he was supposed to when Hunter-Gatherer was picked up. Hunter-Gatherer is our level 1 target. It just, we get health regen when we pick up regen globes, and they decided to name it something different for some reason. This looks like a game where we can definitely benefit from Unleash the Boars. We have plenty of damage on our team, so we don't need to build for damage. And make no mistake, getting the Bestial Wrath, the other ultimate, is definitely building for damage. We don't really need to. We're going to be dealing enough damage as it is once we start to get in these team fights. I'm just going to walk in here and help out. Looks like we just lost our zigzag, though. Okay, I guess I'm going to leave here and go bottom, because everyone on the enemy team appears to be middle and top, and I'm just looking to do some siege damage, you know what I'm saying? They are likely rotating down, but I'm still going to go with the aggressive plant placement here. Just trying to deal some siege damage. Nothing special. They do have a plant of their own now, so they are likely going to be countering. Leoric getting messed up by Nova here. Luckily, Nova's not that good at killing plants. So we're just gonna leave her alone, I think. We're just gonna kill your fort, don't mind me. Well, we could keep going. Looks like the friendly team moving on down here to try to get more seeds for the next night phase. The enemy team, if they were left to get these seeds, could get another plant during this night cycle. We, however, cannot. There's Zeratul already on top of that. We have plenty of health left. Really not that worried about it. Really not that worried about it at all. Now I am a little bit. Alright, we'll put a polymorph in the open area here, so they have to walk through that. And then we'll put our egg safely, or our plant safely, so that it can siege without being in the enemy team's base and easy for them to kill. Now we're going to make our way up to the top lane, trying to help out with that. Or maybe I should stay middle, actually. They couldn't move in on this pretty easily. Leoric and Zagara making their way up here now, too. I did use Misha's charge on accident, but we can go ahead and unleash the boars here, slowing down Artanis, making it impossible for him to get away. Another Misha charge is going to completely secure that death. So, Unleash the Boars is by far the less popular pick. And basically, I always leave that up to the fact that it doesn't deal damage, so why would people pick it? You know what I mean? But I really do like Unleash the Boars. It does allow Misha to deal more damage. Let's make that clear. We're going to go for Wildfire Boar at this level. Going to increase our pushing capacity and also increase our damage in these team fights because the enemy team has a lot of melee characters. Unleash the Boars does increase your kill potential on Misha because, of course, you are going after slower targets, which allows her to get in there and deal more damage, but it's also meant to keep your team alive. Zagara doesn't have very many escapes, Thrall doesn't have very many escapes, and Vala is really squishy. So, if we are able to catch their slower heroes, or if we are able to separate their damage dealers like Nova and Zeratul from our back line, we're going to be in a pretty good spot to do that. Now we just used Unleash the Boars. Our Tannis is going to be slowed here. Actually, the enemy team's Zeratul not going for Void Prism, instead going for the ultra-aggressive auto-attack build. Our Tannis overextending is going to be taken down by the friendly team, please. There we go. But now with Sylvanas joining in, we're a little bit outnumbered there. A little bit outnumbered. Interesting. What is that ability called? I don't even remember. Shadow Assault. Okay, so we have an auto attack Zeratul on the enemy team. Pure auto attack. His goal in life, because he picked up Giant Killer, is strictly to kill tanks. Very interesting. That's very interesting. So maybe that'll cause me to keep Misha a little bit closer to me, because we're gonna need someone to pull off all this Zeratul aggression. I misclicked with Misha there, but here she comes. She's gonna stun Nova. Good entomb. Before I say nice job, let's make sure this situation is cleaned up. Zeratul's gonna be able to ult pretty soon. I'm about to get comboed. Dodged it. We'll go ahead and pull off this Kerrigan. I could slow them down, but with I was just about to say, but with Zeratul being so hyper aggressive with his ultimate choice, we should just leave. Kind of confused as to where the whole team went there, though. We were all getting this mercenary camp, and then all of a sudden everyone was gone. I guess Thrall went middle to defend. Or maybe I just didn't see that right. This is my first game of the day. I slept from 2 in the morning to 6:30 at night. I think my body was like, you know what? It's time to get some rest. What are you doing? Oh, bad maw. Bad maw. So yeah, for some reason, the friendly team likes to continue to pursue into these fights even though we're outnumbered. Let's stop going into things when... We are about a level behind now from the enemy team. Leoric getting sniped by that enemy team's Nova. Does she have gathering power? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. We can't try to defend this with Misha, but obviously I'm not looking to go too deep here. Just trying to keep these guys back. We'll go ahead and send out a Min Pet before she starts to take too much damage. And we are going to go for Feigned Death at this level, which is going to increase our survivability versus the hyper-aggressive enemy team. Basically, when we see them start to engage on us, we could just dip into Feigned Death. It's like an ice block on steroids. And it's going to allow us to not take any damage, but still continue to kite Misha. Or to move around with Misha, which is really, really strong. So the Knight has fallen over the map yet again. We know the enemy team is bottom getting those seeds. We're going to try to deal with middle really quick. Hello. Zeratul may have a nasty surprise if he tries to engage on me again. Let's get that regen globe. I have been lacking on my regen globes just a little bit. The golem is still up. We need to get on this before the enemy team has time to come over here and surround us. We need everyone on this. Thrall getting caught in the middle lane, though. He is going to be taken down just because he didn't group up. We tried to get everyone up here, but he decided to stay middle. And now we're outnumbered and outleveled if the enemy team decides to move in here. That is a decoy, of course. But it looks like we're going to be okay. Looks like we're going to get out of here. Oh, stealthy right here on me, Zeratul. We'll go ahead and stun him. And Feign Death, the precision strike. Unleash the boars. Slowing these guys down. Let's keep Misha on a target here. A little bit of a miss micro there, letting that drop off. We're going to stun Kerrigan before she can combo. Missing the stun, unfortunately. Zagara with a good maul, but just a little bit too late. And we're still in this fight with the proper positioning of Misha. As long as we stop missing all of our abilities, we were still in that fight. We did not waste the plant, however. Someone is in the plant. I was going back to get it, but I was rudely interrupted. So we are going to start to focus on killing their Terror before they can do too much to it. Thrall is now here joining the team. So we should be able to melt this pretty quick. That's a decoy. So where's the real one? Where's the real one? Tell me. All right, so they got nothing out of their plant. Good. Hopefully we do a little bit better. The keep is almost dead, however. I'd stop to fight that that flower. Why did I do that? All right. So the enemy team's plant is down. We need to go defend ours. Let's go. On my way. Coming to help. Unleash the boars. Ready to go. Ready to help out in this fight. Hopefully he's not just sitting there taking damage. Kind of looks like he's just sitting there taking damage. All right, we're going to unleash the boars, hitting everyone on the enemy team. Now sending Misha in on our Tannis. Just going to try to keep him stunned. If he sits there and just lets Misha hit him, we're going to be dealing a ton of damage. Looks like it's time to leave now. Looks like it's time to leave now. Sending Misha back onto the enemy team's Kerrigan. We're going to feign death. The precision strike again. Try to slow Kerrigan down a little bit, but she is going to be able to jump in and kill us. I'm really confused as to what this team is trying to do here. We haven't had much teamwork at all this game. I went down to help the Terror. Leoric made it out of the Terror. Vala and I were there. So where was the rest of the team? Where was Thrall and Zigzag? What were they doing? Were they pushing middle? Okay. All right. Let's just stay with them instead of expecting them to stay with the majority of the team. I think that's the way to go. So I'm dead for another 20 seconds. The enemy team's going to start to push in pretty aggressively, I would imagine, or they're actually doing the more passive thing, and they're picking up these mercenary camps. I don't see much of a reason that they couldn't have just walked in here and taken down this keep here. They have a ton of damage output. Here they go, moving in to stop our mercenary camps now. I'll go ahead and ping that danger. Hopefully we can get a good maw off here. It is going to catch at least one Nova and a decoy of Nova. But there we go. I'm on the fight now. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. We have caught the enemy team Zeratul, and we're just going to feign death. He's not going to kill us. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we won that altercation. We lost one, but we got two of the enemy team, two of their pretty high damage dealers. If I was doing a little bit better this game, I probably should have done a warm-up game. But if I was doing a little bit better, we would have significantly more reject globes right about now. And that would allow me to just recover from these fights significantly faster, since we do not have a support to our name, since we don't have a healer. My overall kill participation is not terrible, but definitely could be better. We are going to go for... You know, Hardened Skin sounds pretty good, actually. I've never taken Hardened Skin on Rexxar, not once. But it's sounding pretty good right about now. No, let's not do it. We need to deal more damage, since our damage dealers keep dying in these fights a lot. Well, really everyone keeps dying in these fights a lot, myself included. So we're going to go for Frenzy of Kalimdor. Nailed it. And that's going to allow us to just pressure these guys back in these team fights a little bit more. What it does, that's a decoy. That's a decoy too. Come on, Leoric, group up. Group up. Stay grouped. Okay, we can get this down, and then we can get in the plant. What it does, your basic attacks deal more damage, and then when Misha hits someone, she's going to slow the target as well. Just adds to our overall control of the battlefield. I just jumped Misha right into that precision strike. All right, well, they're moving in. Let's go ahead and slow these guys down here. Try to keep them stunned. Beautiful. Nicely done. Nicely done. We're going to go ahead and feign. This is the real Nova here. Oh, I misclicked. Or she blinked. I think she actually blinked. All right, we'll slow down our Tannis. Get Misha right on top of that. We're going to be stunning him. Beautiful. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. I do need to recall to go get this plant, though. I think Leoric's going... No, Vala's going to get it. Vala's going to get it. Okay. So, Thrall, you want to help me kill this thing, or... Are we not doing that? Okay. Alright, so our base is currently dying to a plant, but don't worry. We got a ton of seeds. We're going to be able to get a plant next night phase really easily. And on top of that, we did kill the rest of their team that would have been pushing in with this. So overall, I would actually say that was pretty worth. We do need to try to keep this alive. But right now, we do have our Terra defending. We could just use Unleash the Boars right when this thing ends. This is going to slow down Sylvanas even after she blinks. There's the boar. There's the hero boar. And the good Entomb is just going to help secure that even more. We're going to keep Misha on target here. Remember, Misha does have Wildfire Bear, which means that... Oh, that was actually a good blink. She went up here, though. Didn't she? Didn't she go up here? Oh. I don't know where she blinked. Misha's actually able to keep these guys out of stealth with Wildfire Bear, so it's a pretty good pickup just to counter the stealth capabilities of the enemy team. It looks like we just brought this plant into the wrong neighborhood. It seems like we just brought it into the one place that the enemy team could easily defend. But here we go, catching the enemy team's Artanis. We are going to be able to keep him controlled, and Misha is going to take him down. We do have a stealthy here. Let's see if we can keep up with him. The stun going out is going to land, and that's going to be a dead Zeratul. Auto-attack Zeratools do not pick up Wormhole, so once we find that Zeratul, he's not really able to disengage from an altercation very easily. It's a very all-in build, and if you make decisions like that where you jump in and kill one person, you need to make sure that they're in a little bit of isolation. It's definitely not the most powerful build on Zeratul, but it is very all-in. It is definitely very all-in. So I'm not trying to pick up any kills here with Misha, just trying to keep these guys preoccupied. The plant, however, has dissipated. It looks like we're going to get this up here with the minions pushing. So we're about even with the enemy team as far as territory goes right now. Pretty close game. Pretty close game. My hands are so cold. My nose is all sniffly. And if I told you what the actual temperature was, everyone would make fun of me because I don't know how to deal with cold. My room's like 85 degrees all the time. Ugh. Actually, I'm curious. Where's my thermometer? Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. It's 69 degrees in my room. Giggity. I'm such a wimp. Florida's ruined me. Oh, okay. All right. Back in the game. Back in the game. 21 minutes on this map. That's a pretty long time. Actually, no, it's not. Prior to the scaling of this map, Garden Terra used to take around 28 minutes. Like, that was the average. It seems like the Heroes of the Storm development team really want each game, each map to end around the 20-minute mark. That's what they're striving for. So we are all grouped up together. This is good. We have stuff pushing. We don't really have a lot of creep on the map, and I would assume... Our Zagar did not go for regenerative creep. I was gonna say that's probably why she's hurting so much after all these team fights and not able to heal, and that's actually the case. It's because she doesn't have that extra healing on creep, so her health is kind of always low. She is super strong in these pushes, though. We're actually opting not to get a Terror now, making these guys come back to defend their base. Pretty strong play. We are gonna lose top though to that mercenary camp, it looks like. But hell, if they don't respond to this, we can just win the game. Or if they respond to it one at a time. Oh, we do have a bad Maw going down, though. Hopefully we can keep Misha alive. Looks like we're going to be able to. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely worth our time. That was most definitely worth our time. I'm going to be the one to get the plant, though. I like to think I can pilot a plant pretty well. And they shouldn't need Misha too much in the next fight, because we're going to have a plant in the next fight. I'm going to go ahead and go top. I'm going to get rid of these mercenary camps. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing good. I am going to use this to push, but I'm also going to come up here and help us defend a little bit too. But my main goal is pushing. Never mind. My main goal is fighting these guys now. I have a good polymorph, but no one came in to actually help. What is... We shouldn't just be fighting the two of us. Here we go. Thrall and Vala on the way in. There we go. That's what we need. That's what we need. The enemy team's Nova has been taken down. Zeratul already taken down. Artanis dead. Now we go in on core. On core. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. There. Okay, now they're coming. All right. So we're just going to avoid that tower. We don't need to take any extra damage from that. We'll just keep polymorphing over here. And now the friendly team's starting to trickle in, and they're going to be helping me deal some core damage. This is exciting. We're going to win a game. We're going to aggressively win a game. We didn't sit around and wait for another plant tower. We walked in, and we hit the core when it was time to hit the core. We won a team fight. We killed 3 members on the enemy team, and then went in and did the right thing. I hope you guys see the proper timing on core. I hope you see it. I've been talking about it a lot lately. Like people are scared to win games a lot of the times. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You're a strong person. I don't feel like I played that great, but yeah, whatever. It happens. The talents I used in today's video, again, I don't deviate much from these talents. This is pretty much what I go to every single game. It's just consistently really strong. We have Hunter-Gatherer level 1. Hungry Bear, which is going to allow Misha to heal herself. In the early game, a lot of your mana is going to be dedicated to Misha because, you know, during laning phase, she's getting poked at a lot. So a lot of your mana is going to be used just mending your pet over and over and over. This allows Misha to sustain herself a lot more. And all of a sudden, your mana bar will last a lot longer. Aspect of the beast, Misha's basic attack lowers the cooldowns of Misha's charge by 2 seconds. Insanely powerful for controlling the enemy team. One of the best talents you can get in her entire talent tree. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Unleash the Boars. I was using this because the enemy team did not have a ton of escapes. Artanis has to stand in his ground and fight. Nova doesn't get Blink until level 20. Sylvanas can get away with her E, but it takes time. Kerrigan, again, doesn't really have any way of getting away. And Unleash the Boars just accentuates that weakness in the enemy team's composition. It basically does a 40% slow for 5 seconds to anyone in that frontal cone, and I used it quite a bit to pick up several kills there. Wildfire Bear is going to increase your overall damage output. This is one of the best talents for Rexxar, just for pure damage. Misha is always going to be in the middle of the entirety of the enemy team. And if they focus Misha, that's cooldowns, resources, mana, you know, things like that they could have used on an actual hero to kill. Instead, most enemy teams will not focus Misha, and that means you're just pulsating with this constant damage all of the time and throwing out those stuns constantly too. Very, very strong talent. We did go for Feigned Death because the enemy team's Nova was actually really good with those precision strikes. She was landing them very nicely, and we avoided quite a bit of that damage just by dipping into our little overpowered ice block that we have. Another reason was that Zeratul was playing hyper aggressively with his auto attack build, and this allows us to survive, bring Misha back, stun Zeratul, and then come out and try to deal some damage. So saved us more than once, for sure. And then Frenzy of Kalimdor. I always want to put extra sounds in there. Your basic attacks deal 10% more damage, and Misha's basic attacks slow a target by 20% for 1.25 seconds. You hit harder, and if Misha hits someone, they're slowed by 20%. So it makes it easier for Misha to hit again and again and again, so they're always slowed. And keep in mind, every time Misha attacks, she lowers her cooldowns on her W by 2 seconds. Very strong build, guys. Very, very strong. If you want to play Rexxar, I highly recommend this one. This is the one I've been using since I first started playing the character, and there's a very, very, very good reason for that. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. I love this character. I really do. Up next, we're going to have Sergeant Hammer. One of the characters I'm worst at in this game. I'm going to take a break and, like, warm up and let my nose drain and stuff. Because, man, I sounded so nasally this whole episode. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time.